This is so amazing. You showed up to support this journey. You're going to learn a little bit more about it too. It's quite spectacular. So thank you. Oh, wow. Look at this. We have more. I think there's one more. See? Hey, wait, hold that first. Oh. Wow. It's amazing. Oh boy. There we go. Okay.
My dad painting it.
There's the dog. Everybody here is so happy to see civilization still exists because we captured them for a week. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. So officially, just for everybody who has joined, thank you so much for carving time out of your day to celebrate your yoga teacher. You're going to learn a little bit more about that today. So I will just introduce myself first. Welcome. My name is Crystal. I have the honor of being the lead teacher for the self-discovery yoga teacher training for all of these amazing humans. And so I'm going to spend a little bit of time bragging about them, if you don't mind, and letting you in on the insight. So we're very excited that the technology worked. You can hear us, but we can't hear you. So if you see us looking away from you, it's because we're looking at you. Okay, so just in case you feel disconnected, please just know that it's not intentional. It's just we want to see you. So there's a lot of people. Okay, officially welcome to your yoga teacher training graduation. The day has finally arrived, and a special thank you for joining us from home in celebration. It's really a special moment to share. I have written out my notes, so you will see me looking down because I really don't want to forget anything, but then there will be a point that I'll probably toss it to the side, and I just want to be with you and talk to you. Am I in anybody's way? Okay. Okay. I would like to begin and take a moment to pause and acknowledge each and every one of these humans around the table as they complete this chapter in the journey of becoming a yoga teacher. And perhaps this is a good time to define yoga teacher as a responsibility. It's a commitment, a responsibility to stay present and to stay open, to accept all that life bestows upon us in order to be in creation of our own fulfilled life as a way to be of service to the greater good. To become a yoga teacher is not for the faint of heart. And this 7-month journey has been no exception. This journey began in November of 2024 when we had to walk both ways uphill to school. And as we began this journey, we congregated for 7 months in a row, 1 weekend a month, from 8:30 in the morning Eastern Standard Time to 4:30 p.m. if they were lucky, Eastern Standard Time, because I squeezed out every second that I could with literally only a 45-minute break in the middle. And it was a bit of like a fire hose consumption of information, a lot coming in because we had a lot to get through. Learning virtually on this platform that we are here on today, it's not easy, but we made it happen. And we connected with each other to the best of the ability through the virtual screen. And some of us had the ability to connect in person as the months went on, but some of us did not meet each other physically in person until we arrived here to the west of France to our Simone Manor. Now, I wanted to take a moment to kind of frame up what it is and what constitutes a yoga teacher training. So the way that this training worked is a way that no other training has been led before. So, and the information built upon one another. Then we took all the information that we learned and practiced solo, and we congregated to culminate all of the information to put it into practice. Because it's one thing to know something conceptually, but stepping into a role of yoga teacher is being in a practice and living into it fully. And that's the hard part. And each and every one of these individuals, I know that you can see some on screen and some not, each and every one of these individuals took it on fully. Because without your commitment, yoga teacher, without your commitment, this would have crumbled and fell apart. It wouldn't have been. So because of you, this training was as special as it is. And you made the magic happen. And so there's a commitment to learn with hours and hours of movement, breath work, meditation. We learned about the history of yoga, which spans back to 5,000 years ago. So there's the big question. How do I take this ancient information of something that was pertinent 5,000 years ago and make it applicable today? And that's really what our focus was and how to live into that. But the history, the philosophy, lots of ethics, that at times felt perhaps like that fire hose of information coming in. But all of that work really didn't even scratch the surface of the real work. And so now allow me to go a little bit deeper and to remind you here in this room around the table, but to allow you at home in a little bit more on the journey that we took. The journey of a yoga teacher takes a willingness to look, the courage to feel, and the wisdom to accept. It is a deeply personal and almost all intrinsic journey. So there's a lot that goes on the inside that often isn't expressed on the outside. It takes a lot of courage. So what often looks like very little is actually the exact opposite. When taking and embarking on the journey of yoga teacher, 200 is the magic number. 200 is the magical entry level in becoming a yoga teacher, and that's 200 hours of coursework, of the time learning the techniques, saying the things, speaking, reading, writing, connecting, organizing, all of the things. But that doesn't include the countless hours that goes beyond. And the countless hours that goes beyond is the time spent in stillness, creating the space, and the reflection of what that work means to you. And that's what is the real creation of a yoga teacher. So on top of that 200 hours, very likely it was another 200 plus hours of work put in. And what that work may have looked like for you at home was someone sitting in stillness, carving out time for themselves, space for themselves, a lot of contemplation. But in that stillness is where all the magic happens. And the work that we do for ourselves is to lean in and create that clarity and that certitude of what our best self is, to then be there fully and completely for the people that we love. So I acknowledge each and every one of you for your commitment, because it's not easy when from the outside it looks like you're doing nothing. When on the inside, you're really doing all of the work. And at home, whether you know it or not, thank you for your contribution in creating space and in supporting your number one yoga teacher in doing the work to step into that role. This particular experience has been quite interesting. So allow me to expand upon the journey a little bit. About a week ago, almost exactly, a majority of us got together on a bus and took a 2-hour bus ride to an airport. We got on a plane and took a 6-hour plane ride to a different country, met up with Charlotte at said airport, and then took a 6-hour car ride to get to where we are right now. And so that's what kind of created the next level connection to this training. And it's connection with others, the ability to connect with others that creates that transformation. And so while we are here, let me just assure you that it was there was just a little bit of work that was being done. So each morning we would wake up at 6:45 to begin our day, and we would be in the physical practices of movement and breath work and meditation until about 12:30, where we would have a short break for lunch. And during lunch, there was always homework, something to write, something to journal, something to think about. And in the afternoons, we would congregate again for another 4, 5, sometimes 6 hours until dinner. And then after dinner, we would depart, we would go to bed, and then we would get up and we would do it again. And that's after 24 hours of travel. And it's up to a 9-hour time difference, right? So the level of exhaustion, but still the willingness to show up and to do the work. And I remember when I went through my very first yoga teacher training, I kind of thought, I'm like, cool, I'm going to learn how to teach this new movement class, and I'm going to learn this new skill and do this new thing. But it's actually life transforming. And the key is you put your attention on doing the work internally so that you can fully and completely share unconditional love with each and every one around. Is that there is a group of people that are ready to create a ripple effect in this world, a positive one. That's not an easy one, but the willingness to stay present and the willingness to stay open to make a positive impact in this world. And I'm so fortunate to know each and every one of you. And there was a lot with the decision. When this is a dream come true for me to have done this way, to travel and to connect and just immerse with such like-minded individuals. And when I made the decision to do that, I had the conversations to assure that I would be supported, but I knew it was going to be a lot of work. And so I did not, other than making sure that everything was going to be copacetic and steady at home, I did not reach out and ask for support. But my chosen family reached out to me and said, I'm here to support. And so I wanted to take a moment to recognize two very important people that without them, this one. So for everybody at home, this is Fiona, this is Karen, my fellow teammates from Sweat Power Yoga that literally reached out and said, I'm here. What do you need? I'd like to support. And I said, okay. Because I recognize in myself, I am not good at that. But it was really what it was, is it was a commitment. Oh, no. I think that was.
Someone waiting.
Oh, there is. Okay. So really what it is was by reaching out, it was an example of the commitment to stay in the work. Because they knew that they were going to embark on a journey different from anyone that they had been on before. Both Karen and Fiona have already completed yoga teacher training, right? I don't need to do this again. I have been there, I've done that, it's time to move on. But they knew that this was going to be a brand new experience with brand new people. And they saw in themselves that they could be a contribution to others. Right? And that's what we do as yoga teachers. We see in ourselves our self-worth and our values in a way that we can be a contribution to others. That's what we're all doing here together. We're not all here by accident. These individuals that came together, even the two very special ones that couldn't join us in person. Yep. We are all here together, and none of it is by accident. So I have not an exhaustive list of roles that were taken on, unbeknownst probably in the beginning, by both Fiona and Karen, on top of their commitment and their recognition to be a contribution, okay? From our prep meetings that we had regularly, that I would say, oh, it's only going to be 30 minutes. 2 hours later. Okay, they are our coordination gurus. They are our tech support. They are our navigation systems. They are our logistical coordinators. You are our timekeepers. You are my level setters. By the way, every single time that we were off course, I wanted to pull you back earlier, and they said, no, that's out of integrity. You told them 2 hours for a break. You give them 2 hours for a break. So they are my level setters. They are our empowerment team. They are our events staff. They are, I came up with this term, but I do want to clarify. They are our housekeepers by way just where they needed to be when we needed them. Like little magic fairies or elves that just poof, make everything appear and easy. There are energy amplifiers, and get this, they are officially in. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you for saying yes. Thank you for making this possible. And thank you for being my chosen family, because you are my sisters. Thank you. And one other individual who is preparing for the next stage of our celebration. When this all came to fruition, you guys don't have to go too far. I'll keep everybody here forever. There's one other individual landed just as it should. You know, when we stop forcing, things happen as they should. Because if it was forced, it would have rained every day, right? It would have been like, this property is beautiful. So if you ever have a chance to come here, like, right, like come back here. However, there's not a lot of space inside for yoga. Work, but it would have been very, very different. So when you let go and you surrender to your greatness and you allow what's meant to happen, great things come to fruition. But that takes a collective, and that's each and every one of you. So manifestation doesn't just happen by one person forcing, right? Dreams come true when you reach out for connection and support, and you build your dream team. And as this came to fruition, everything was landing into place except one thing. Couldn't find a caterer. Couldn't find a caterer. I couldn't find a caterer. And what you don't know about me is I have a personal chef at home. Very, very wealthy. My significant other said yes. I reached out and I said, hey, I can't find anybody to support with the food. And I've reached out to the person who, manages this property, and she said that there's a grocery store nearby. Now, I don't speak English. I don't speak French. My life partner does not speak French, and we're way out away from a city. So most people, I don't think, speak anything but French. And so he said, yes, of course, I will come and I will cook and I will do all of the things. And just like each and every one of us, he stepped away from life for an entire week. And he owns his own business, and he stepped away from his own baby, his own business, to be here and to be a contribution to us all, and gave very selflessly and worked hours. And I think on average, a trip to the grocery took about 2 hours. But he wouldn't have it any other way. And so I thank him in the other room. A big thank you for being such a contribution to making this very easeful and very, very enjoyable, as to assure that we got the most nourishing foods in our bodies to support us in our mission. Okay. It is very hard to explain all the work that we have been up to. And as you know, the first 6 months have been virtual. So we don't have any captured content or images or anything from virtual. So that we're going to hold on in our hearts as memories. But another thing that Fiona and Karen are they are personal videographers. And so they have put together for everybody at home an opportunity to have a sneak peek of what has happened over the past week.
Oh, God. Oh, you know it. Beautiful.
Maybe?
Wi-Fi. Oh, yeah. Just terrified.
Oh, you know what you have to do? Hold on, pause it for a second.
Start from the beginning.
Oh, sorry. I upped the quality. I'm sorry. That's on me.
I was gonna say we could just
I'm gonna let it load for a hot second. There we go.
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys did smile this week.
Thank you guys so much. So what looks on the outside as somebody standing in front of a group of people, right? The definition of yoga teacher, getting in front of a group of people and leading movements is much, much more beyond what you see on the surface. And you at home had a big contribution to making this all happen. So thank you. And thank each and every one of you for showing up and creating such incredible memories over these past 7 months. Are you ready to become yoga teachers? Okay. Okay. Now, where I would like to begin is that we have an honorary graduate. Now, this is the very first time that I have led a training that has actually grew in size. And it's a direct representation that when you let go and you surrender beyond what is of our control, things can turn out sometimes more grand and better than you ever expect. And while there was a little hole in my heart for missing Judith here in person, we could not be more excited for your journey. and to have the littlest little yoga teacher graduate that there ever was. Judith. So as you can see at home on the screen, Judith was unable to join us because she is pregnant and she has a little one on her way. And so Judith, while you were missed so much, you were given a package. And now, before you open that package, what to know about Judith? There's so many things to know about Judith, but Judith is just like this twinkling little star that just catches the corner of your eye, and she will just light up a room. And talk about somebody's laugh that is contagious. She is the most positive, enthusiastic, and energizing person, and it's authentic. It's just who she is, down to her core. She just exudes happiness. As your physical body, this training was nothing less than inspirational. You are forever an inspiration to me. And so it would be my honor if you opened a package. Do you have the package? Because I know without a doubt that there's no question There's no question that your journey is going to continue, and it's going in different directions that maybe you thought of when you signed up for this training, but going to be better than you ever expected. And so it would be our honor if you would accept this as our honorary graduate of this year's yoga teacher training.
We love you, Judith.
So we love you, yes. So while we still have some physical work to do, there is no doubt that you are stepping powerfully into the role of yoga teacher, and how lucky that little one is to have a mother like you. Thank you for joining us today. We love you. Okay. So as we continue, when I share something about someone, I would also like for you to hear within you, like I'm also speaking to you, because this is not easy. This is not easy to pick one thing to say about somebody. But when I think about this person, I just think about just this soft yet mighty powerful presence that embraces you and will accept nothing but the very best of you. It's like she can see right through into your soul and sees the very best and will accept nothing less than. Cindy, will you please come up and join us? I'll go apart over here. Oh, Cindy, I have absolutely no doubt that you are already doing magical work and great things in this world. So thank you for saying yes. Thank you for trusting me and us and this entire process. Most importantly, thank you for trusting yourself. Congratulations, you're a yoga teacher.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Oh,
Thank you, Gwen. Thank you, Grace. Thank you, Steve, for being here, for being there for me.
Okay, this next person is zest, like just unstoppable with the amount of energy and willingness to go into the unknown and to explore and to say yes and to take the experiences, knowing deep down that it's all going to work out and won't stop until they've achieved their goal. Danielle, will you come up to join us? Danielle, I have absolutely no doubt that you're already doing great work, magical work into this world. So thank you for trusting us, and thank you for trusting yourself and saying yes to stepping into the role of yoga teacher. Congratulations, you're a yoga teacher. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. This next person has just the absolute heart of gold, willingness to show up, to explore, and to say yes to new things, and just a thirst for knowledge and a thirst for understanding so that they can 100% selflessly be of service to other people. And know that all that they know is already enough, but never willing for that to be enough. As many people as she can. Charlotte, will you come up and join me? Charlotte, I have no doubt that you are already doing wonderful, magical work in this world. Thank you for trusting us, and most importantly, Thank you for trusting yourself and saying yes to stepping into the role of yoga teacher. Oh, both dogs are here to celebrate you. May you carry forth and teach all the puppy yoga that your heart desires. Congratulations, you are a yoga teacher.
Thank you, Crystal.
Ah. Oh. This next woman has fierce compassion, if I can say that, like fiercely compassionate in the way that takes a stand for all that she believes in. And the willingness to go deeper and to explore more and to open up and to see new possibilities and new realms and to love absolutely unconditionally because she sees the worth in that, because she sees the worth in herself. Crystal, will you come up and join? I have no doubt that you are already doing magical work. There he is. That's Thor, and that's Groot, and that's Tyler. You're already doing magical and wonderful work in this world. And thank you for trusting us, and thank you for trusting yourself. You are officially a yoga teacher. Congratulations. The next woman that I would like to speak about is such a generous listener, but also one that she's not going to allow any BS. And she does it out of love because she sees the possibility. She sees that there is something more, and she stands for your greatness by standing for her own greatness. Cheryl, will you come up and join me? You are already doing great work in this world, magical work in this world. And so thank you for trusting us, and thank you for trusting yourself in taking this journey and becoming a yoga teacher. You are officially a yoga teacher. Congratulations. You ever met somebody that when they walk into the room, your whole body just kind of tenses up, and it's just that repelling of, and no, it's that repelling of energy, right? And it just like, ugh. But then there's that person that walks into the room and your shoulders just relax, and you just, phew, and your shoulders just relax, and you kind of feel like you've just known this person forever. They make you feel safe. They make you feel seen. And they just make you feel at home and really, really good. And it's because they see that within themselves. And it's the power to light up everybody around them and to make them feel like they're the most important person in the room. Lauren, will you join us? Lauren, you are already doing great work, magical work in this world. So thank you for trusting us and taking this journey. And most importantly, thank you for trusting yourself. You are officially a yoga teacher. Congratulations. Thank you. I think this next person created was the reason the make lemonade out of lemons phrase came to be. In any situation, can just spin it and turn it into a positive one, to see the good in it, to see the beauty in it. Why not have fun? Why not make it great? And it's because they see that within themselves. And that makes an impact on everyone that they come across in their day. Kristen, will you join us? You are already doing great work in this world. Thank you for trusting us. And thank you. Hey, yes, Kristen, you're amazing. Thank you for trusting us. Most importantly, thank you for trusting yourself. You are a yoga teacher. You know how you have those people in your life that you'll go to when you want them to kind of just say what you want to hear, keep you in your comfort zone. And then you have that person in your life that you go to when you're ready to hear the truth, because it's just unconditional love and won't stand for anything less. It's because they will stand for nothing less than your greatness. It's because they will stand for nothing less than living their fulfilled life. Trisha, will you join us? Okay. You are already doing great work in this world. Thank you for trusting us. And most importantly, thank you for trusting yourself. You are officially a yoga teacher. Congratulations. Patience is a virtue. And in a society that celebrates the pushing and the forcing and the celebration of somebody trying to push a square peg into a round hole that kind of breaks the edges just to make it work, it takes a diamond in the rough to stand strong in their beliefs and to stay grounded and rooted in what they believe in. And that's not easy in a society that sometimes will celebrate the opposite of what you know to be true, of what you know to be healthy, of what you know to be most important. Rhiannon, will you join? You are already doing great work in this world. Thank you for trusting us. And most importantly, thank you for trusting yourself. Congratulations, you are a yoga teacher. we've been discussing a little bit this week of what it means to, when we say, you're always teaching, and sometimes with words. Because you're always exemplifying, you're always sharing messages with the world through your way of being, by the way you show up, by the way you interact, even down to the details of your body language. And I'm not sure I've ever been so empowered and so inspired. The beauty and grace of this one individual. Daisy, will you join? Daisy, you are already doing great work in this world. Thank you so much for trusting us. And most importantly, thank you for trusting yourself. You are a yoga teacher. Congratulations. There is a power in grace, and there is a power in presence. And sometimes in this greater world of ours, the definition or the thought of power is power over versus power with. And this individual really exemplifies for me what it means to be power with. A sense of certitude. Perhaps I can call her the resolute, of being clear and unstoppable in achieving her goals without doing any harm. Lee, will you join? Lee, you are already doing great work in this world.
Certain. Oh, it's fine.
Oh,
My
oh,
husband's teaching.
oh
So
my
his kids.
gosh. Thank you for trusting us. And most importantly, thank you for trusting yourself. You are a yoga teacher. You know, it takes a very special kind of person to fully lead with their heart. There's a vulnerability to it, a sensitivity. And a lot of the work that we've done in yoga teacher training is learn how easy it is for the heart to close, but how vital it is to keep your heart open. And there's one person that always just comes to mind when I think of an open heart and leading so graciously and always being so giving and kind and caring. Smiling and being patient, but yet just holding the power and holding the space for us to all feel safe and to grow, but not at the cost of her own. And will you join me? And you are already doing great work in this world. And thank you for trusting us on this journey. And most importantly, thank you for trusting yourself. You are officially a yoga teacher. And so one more time, I would like to just share specifically, Judith, from me, from all of us to you. We absolutely love you. You have been here with us in spirit forever. And we can absolutely not wait to continue this journey along with you when we come back to see you. And to everyone at home, thank you very, very much for joining us in this very special moment. And I do want to invite you to ask your number one yoga teacher in your life all about their journey and all about the benefits of a physical yoga practice and meditation and breath work and more. So there's a mic if anybody would like to say anything or connect with everyone, but officially, congratulations, everybody. You are yoga teachers. You did it. Wow. So fun. Lots of chat messages. Wow. Thank you everyone so much for joining us. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Did not expect that.
That's really cool.
Hell yeah, Trisha. Shocker. Where did you see it? I didn't see it. Linda? Oh, Linda.
Hi, everybody. Love you, Judith.